everybody. This is Pete Borum, and I am sitting here with Ryan Gielen. Ryan is the president of Believe Limited, which is a production and marketing company, and also the writer and director of The Graduates, which spent 2 years, 2010 and 2011, at the top of the all-time most popular comedies films on Hulu. Thanks for being with us, Ryan.
Thanks for having me.
So, Ryan, you're going to be teaching a class with Hangar on April 30th, and it's called How to Sell Your Indie Film Online. Now, initially you describe yourself as a filmmaker, so tell me why it is that you're teaching a class or a workshop on marketing.
Well, first I should say I am a filmmaker first, and I found myself in the position that most indie filmmakers find themselves in now, back in 2009, which is I had a film that I really loved and believed in, but that no distributor was willing to take a chance on. And so we took our future into our own hands and figured out online marketing for independent films, how to distribute a film, how to take advantage of all the free social media and online tools that are available, how to take advantage of Hulu and Netflix and their enormous audiences.
Very interesting. And so 2009 is when The Graduates came out, and when you were beginning to realize that the sea change was coming in the way that independent films were going to be distributed. Fast forward a few years, we're now in 2012. Over the past year, there's been an enormous amount of publicity around YouTube content creators who are earning six figures a year on their content through advertising sharing. And I'm just curious, in what ways do you think the lessons that you learned starting in 2009 are as applicable or even more applicable than they were then?
Well, so we released The Graduates right at sort of the dawn of digital film releasing for independent artists. And what we've seen every year since, more and more so, is that the price or the value of digital entertainment drops towards zero. So the less valuable your digital entertainment is, the more units you have to move, the more you have to get out there. And so instead of treating your film like a traditional studio film where you have just a big weekend release and you kind of put all your eggs into 1 week or 1 weekend or one small window, you have to be prepared to spend 2 to 3 years. While that's the window where your material is still pretty fresh, 2 to 3 years releasing new content, interacting with audiences, and getting the word out there to potential new audiences. So the indie filmmaker or band or author who can master these tools now is going to be prepared to release films for the next 5 to 10 years. And that puts you at a huge advantage, because most people who are filmmakers now and who will become filmmakers, like me, want to just be an artist. We want to create a film and to release it to the world and have it received. Unfortunately, in the digital era, there are so many people who can make films and who are making films that what really separates you isn't that you've made a film, it's that you know how to distribute it. And that's going to be the focus of the workshop. Is you have your film, you don't want it to die on the shelf. How do you sell it? How do you actually bring money back so that you can make the next film? What audiences crave is constant feeding. They're starving for new material, they're starving for new pieces of entertainment. And so if you're releasing a large project, if you're releasing a book or an album or a film, the best thing you can do is for a year leading up to it and for 2 years afterwards, continue to release new, free, available content. What that does is it drives audiences to interact with you and your voice and your material constantly, and through that interaction, they will go and discover your other projects.
Well, you heard it here first. This is Ryan Gielen, and you can see him in person at Hangar Underground on April 30th, talking about how to sell your indie film online.